wide open because I wasn't trying to put you and Tanisha Glass for how you doing something tonight because I don't know what's going on in Gold Rocks. And then I said, oh, well, let me go up there anyway just in case since we said that. But I also got live going too. So anyway, how you guys doing this evening?
Man, I'm better than great. How about you?
Good, good. How's Miss Glass be doing?
Better than great.
All right. Well, we got some folks joining us on live. I just had a couple of things I was going to chat about this evening. I had a great day today. Ran over to Chesapeake, Virginia, and did a meeting over there, and we had some fun over there this evening because Mr. Weston Thompson took out his phone and called me on my phone, and he called me on the app. He took out his telephone, called me on my iPhone. Then he called his brother, and his brother picked up his iPhone. But he said, "No, I'm calling you on the other phone." So then he picked up his K1 Impulse phone. So all the folks in the room said, "Oh my God, the phone's working." So got the phone working. Then of course, I had given him one of, because I got three phones now that came in. So I gave him one of mine to use. His came in. He gave me back mine. Then I gave my phone to Kim Pong to use to her phone come in. So I'm sitting with three phones. I still got one app open, still haven't cut on yet, and still got a brand new one in the box I got just the other day too. I think it was Thursday or Friday. They delivered that, man. So I guess I don't know. I might not take this out of the box anytime soon.
Yeah,
Okay.
you might
Let's
want to
mess.
go ahead and send that to me. Let me use it, and then I'll give you the one that comes to me at Let's Go Weekend. Then I'll
Okay,
get away
we have,
from
we
mine.
have to do that then. Okay. I'm serious. Like I said, I mean, I can only, I can use one at a time. So I'm getting them out. Okay. I expect some more this week because I think I told you I got like 14, 15 of them things ordered anyway. So we're excited about what's going on. So we'll get it sent out to you if you want it. Just text me address. We'll get it sent out to you. Okay.
Okay, out for you, brother. So you are live streaming from Gold Rocks on Facebook as well. So we're live in the world,
Okay.
ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. We're
All right,
live right now. Let's say I made a note. I said I'm gonna talk about a couple of things. The first thing, Coach Taylor just got me fired up a little bit. I said, you know what? I'm going to stream tonight, man. I'm cranked up. So when he talked about being rooted, I said, man, that's a good way to put it because see, if you're rooted, your dream is not easily stolen. No matter what your dream is, if you get rooted in the understand the value of that dream and how to root that dream and build that dream inside of you, then you're locked in. Okay. The plans change, but the decision doesn't. You decide that you want to be free. Your plan may change, the decision don't change. And so what you got to work the hardest in is locking in that dream and locking in that plan about what you want to do and where you're going. And so most people come into this business, we don't understand that. And that's what another thing that Dwayne did so well at the end that we talk about. We've been sort of been taught to think this way. And then all of a sudden you come into this business and we're telling you everything that's the antithesis, to use one of Mr. Delco's words, of what we've been taught. Everything, almost everything you do in this business is the antithesis of what you. I mean, it's just the exact opposite of what we've been taught to do. We've been taught more to conform than we are to be different, to be rebel, to think outside that box. Our whole conditioning process from the time we started in grade school was about conformity. It's about dress. I mean, some schools even have you dressed the same way, but you walk the same way. We all eat breakfast the same time. We have a break. We go to party the same time. We go to lunch the same time. We go to afternoon party the same time. We go home the same time. We come home, sleep the same. Wait a minute. And then prime time TV is 7 to 10. The kids go to bed at 8. The parents go to bed at 10. So you have some strength to go to work the next day. I mean, that conditioning process is deep. And then most have been taught to do that Monday through Friday. Because you understand, up until maybe the last 20 years, the work week was Monday through Friday. And the only people who worked on Saturday and Sunday were retail. Everybody else, man, they work Monday through Friday. And they got to take Saturday and Sunday off. And then all of a sudden, stores come up like 7-Eleven. I mean, you understand before, man. In fact, they had blue laws. Some of you don't remember what a blue law was. A blue law is. A blue law was that all across America, it was against the law to have your retail establishment open on Sunday. It was the law of the land There was no retail outlets that would open on Sunday. And then state by state start repealing, and people start arguing and fighting those blue laws. All of a sudden, stores are open 7 days a week, so you didn't even get Sunday off. And then all of a sudden, you got stores come along like 7-Eleven said, we'll open, because most stores are closed at 6 o'clock. If you didn't have what you needed by 6 o'clock and were home to eat dinner, you couldn't get it. Up until about 30, 40 years ago, it just didn't exist. 7-Eleven blew the whole world open when they said, we're putting a store on your corner. We're going to charge you 20% more for the goods and services, but we're going to stay open till 11 o'clock. And people came in there and throw a Pepsi that might have been 20 cents. They charged you 35 cents for it. People bought it. And 7-Eleven, Southland Corporation owned 7-Eleven, exploded all over the Southeast. And all of a sudden, all these stores started coming to 7-Eleven. And then a few more stores came and said, we'll be open till 12. We'll be open till 1. And then some more came over. Walmart came along and said, hey, we'll be open till 12. And then they came along and said, we'll be open 24 hours a day. And what's my point? This conditioning process is gradually instilled in us, and then is also gradually broken. And what we're in the process of doing in this network marketing industry is recalibrating everybody's thinking about what success means. Okay? What equals success, and what are you working for? When my wife and I got started in this industry back in 1983, folks, do you understand? The word network marketing hadn't even been invented. It was all multi-level direct sales. It was no prestige in being an entrepreneur. There's no such thing as saying, I'm an entrepreneur. Nobody bragging about being an entrepreneur. So you better go find you a good job, boy. Okay, get you a good job. That was 1983. It was like being an entrepreneur was not recognized. Being the CEO of a company was not recognized. Becoming your own CEO was not recognized. Having your own business was not recognized. And the idea of a home-based business, all that meant was you didn't have a job. The only time you did a home-based business was when you didn't have anything else to do. And by the way, in many circles right now, it's still recognized that, look, you only get into network marketing if you don't have a college degree, you don't have an education, you have a background, and there is nothing else you can do. It is not recognized as a noble profession. Mr. Delco and I did 2 hours a night talking about why networking. Because it is a noble profession once you decide to make it a career and make it a profession, like I did 37 years ago. I was not interested. I was fully committed. The minute I understood that this thing, if I wasn't going to be a movie star, rapper, entertainer, singer, and create some type of residual income, when I understood that this business could, I was fully committed, because I said, I'm going to figure out a way to build this network and create residual income. Okay, so I got it. Okay, so we're in the process of helping people who are looking for freedom, who are looking for residual income, who are looking for a way to exit the rat race. That's who we're looking for. We're not looking for everybody. And so I tell people, I said, the only way you get frustrated with this business is, for some reason in your head, you think everybody should be doing what we're doing. And once you come to grips with the fact that everybody will not do what we're doing, you don't want everybody doing what we're doing, because we need those other folks in society. What has made America great? Let's not get into too much history. What makes America work? Let's put it that way. Greatness is a relative term. Okay, so what has made America work is that we created a society of people who can find a place in society. And we need people doing everything from driving a bus to driving a truck to delivering foods to the grocery stores to being in. We need all those folks. And so freedom, this path, this business called networking, is designed for those people who truly want to be free. I mean, who really want to be, not be interested in being free. So everybody has an interest in freedom. And then some people are sort of committed to being free. But then some people are fully committed to being free. And I believe in my heart, it takes a full commitment if you want to be free. You can't stick your big toe in the water and get free. You got to say, I want to be free, and I'm willing to pay whatever price is legal, ethical, moral to get that done. Those are the people who get it done. But watch this, folks. That's not those people who get it done in networking. Those are the people who get it done in life, period. I don't care what it is you want to do. As an adult, I found out it takes a full commitment on your part to get that done. Okay, you could be having your full-time job and say, "Well, I want to go to school." While I want to go to school. My battery's dying on me. I want to go to school while I am doing this business. I want to go to school. Excuse me, while I'm doing my job, and that's no problem. But you can do it, but you're gonna pay a price to get it done. Okay, that means you're gonna be going to work all day long, every single day, and then also what you're gonna be find yourself doing is at night going to school. That's the price you got to pay. There's no problem. And if you're willing to pay that price, you can get your degree. And then if you say, I want to get an extended, I want to get my master's degree, same thing. You're going to work your job all day, and you're going to pay a price to get it done. And it's a full commitment. You don't casually get that done. Okay? I got a friend of mine right now working on his PhD. I mean, it's a full, and he's doing it after work. And it's literally 30 hours a week working at PhD for 2 years. Anything you want as an adult, it seems to truly take a serious commitment. And that's all I'm saying. And so it's the same thing with this business. You decide you want this business, you're not going to get this business going leisurely about it. And so many people get in and they leisurely going about, they want this business, but they don't want to make any kind of real commitment to do it, to go get it. Now, by the way, here's the beauty of the business though. You can hit the network marketing lottery. You can be casual about this business. And if you out there just talking to folks, you may run across somebody that takes it serious, become fully committed, and you still get paid. So how do you become rooted into the business? Number one, when you get in, you got to say, I'm going to learn everything I can about this thing. I made a statement the other day that I've read, my wife and I have read every single book. If we see a book, I don't care if it's in a used bookstore, a new bookstore, old bookstore, if it's a book written about this industry, including my own, but every book I've ever in 37 years since I got involved, written by anybody in this industry, I purchased. Every one. And some of them I learned some things in. Some of them I could tell I was reading a book by an amateur who read somebody else's book and decided they write a book. Because on the surface, this business seems so easy. Sign up and tell a few friends. And it really should be that easy. But it's not, because you don't know what's going on in your friends' heads. You don't know what's going on in the stranger's head. So anyway, let's go back to what we're talking about, Roger. Because folks, I can start thinking about this thing, because I really believe all the work oh man, I don't have my hat on. I still strings on my hat. All the work is in between our heads. All the work is right here. And building this business, all right here. Okay? And so, as Dwayne just said, what we got to do is put some stuff in our head that flushes out that stuff we've been taught. We've been taught to work 40, 60 hours a week and a good job till we're 65. We got to let that go. That's, man, you're talking about antithesis of a thought process. I mean, just like this afternoon, I asked people, what's retirement age? And still, watch this. Now, I've been telling the same story for 37 years. I said, what's this retirement age? And probably half the room raised their hand. People start going 65, 70. No, it's been changed to 72. And I said, no, I hate to tell you, but age, retirement, doesn't have anything in the world to do with age. It has everything to do with money. And when you have enough money, you can retire. It's just as simple. I said, in fact, if you were born and raised with enough money, you never have to get started. Now, I worked until I was 28 years old when somebody showed me this business, and I started working towards freedom. At 32, my wife retired. At 40, I retired, so we've been free ever since. But now my son, he was born into freedom. I know it's like I'm talking about slavery from the 1700s, 1800s. I said, my sons were born free. Well, my sons were born free. And my son today turned 35 years old, and I'm here to tell you he's never applied for a job ever in his lifetime. Yes, and he's owned his own car. Well, in fact, he owns 2 cars now. Okay, he's never applied for a job in his life. 35 years old. And I don't want to tell how much money he made last year because we're on a live stream. Okay, but he did okay. He probably in the top 5% income bracket in America. He's never even applied for a job because of this industry called networking. And he's rooted into this business. So how to root yourself? Let's go back to you again. Read everything you can get your hands on about this business. Plug into everything the company does. Everything we do in Wealth Builders Worldwide. People always say, what books should I be reading? First, read the 10 books on the book list. and then plug into every power call, plug into everything you possibly can. Now, I know you're going to miss some things. I can't even make everything, but you get the general idea. Every chance you get, you got to cut that idiot box off. And I called it that, the idiot box, because it's designed to dumb you down. All the stuff they send you, I mean, I'm preaching tonight, but I'm telling you the truth. That box, look, I got one right here. It's on mute. Okay? But I know what it's designed to do. That 35 to 40 hours a week is non-productive, non-income producing activity, and it's designed to dumb your thinking down. I can barely watch without being insulted. And once you start elevating your thinking, you're going to think the same. When you come in and watch a TV program and say, people are watching this stuff? People are spending all day watching stories and soap operas and Judge Judy and Judge Barber and Judge Tilly and Barbara Jenkins and all that nonsense all day long, and they call themselves being entertained. No, they are being entertained. Okay, anyway, let me get off that because I know I step on some toes. But I ain't got to talk about Judge Judy. Let's talk about football, basketball, baseball. Any of that stuff you spend 34 hours a week designed to entertain you, to shut your thinking capacity off so you don't have to think about life you're leading. You don't have to think about your 40 hours a week. You don't have to think about, am I leaving a legacy for my wife or my husband? Am I leaving a legacy for my kids? You don't have to think about anything real. You can just go through life playing and say, it's okay. I just want to play. I just want to have a good time. And that's all great, but you're going to pay the price now or you're going to pay the price later. So I heard that stuff when I was 28 years old. I said, watch, everybody pays the price. You can pay the price for freedom, or you can not pay the price, but you still going to pay a price because you're going to look up at 65 years old and not be free. And find yourself at 65, 70 years old, retiring to go to Walmart, retiring to go to some convenience store, retiring at 70 years old to work at McDonald's and manage a monk of 19 years, or better yet, worse yet, have a 19, 20-year-old telling you what to do at 70 years old because they managing the place. And you 70 years old having to go back into the workforce. Okay? I think when Dwayne Taylor said, root yourself into this thing, man, root yourself, because I haven't seen anything else that can put the average person in position to escape that rat race. And everybody I know, almost everybody I know, I got in this industry at 28, I retired at 40, and every single friend I know was still working for a living. Still going for a job, looking for a job, begging for a job. I didn't say some of them were. I said every single one. And I got friends right there calling me saying, well, Tom, I'm going to retire this year. They're 65, 66 years old, 67, telling me they're going to retire this year. I'm going, wow. Now, I've been retired for 25 years. Oh, I still work now. Don't misunderstand me. But I've been, since no one's told me what to do, I haven't had to clock in anywhere in 25 years. I mean, I'm working right now. If you want to call me sitting out here talking to you guys, work. I mean, I worked this afternoon. I left here, got dressed, got showered, drove across the water, about 40 minutes across the water, Chesapeake, to do a meeting with Miss Lakeisha McKnight and Gold Director Matthew Taylor and Gold Director Wesley Thompson and Gold Director Wayne Thompson, the Thompson twins, and Kathy Thompson and Bishop Sutton. So everybody had a great meeting. I guess that was work. I did that this afternoon. Left there, went to my mama's house and saw my mother, and all my sisters was sitting there. I mean, three of my sisters was sitting there, and two of my nieces and a friend of mine was sitting there. My friend of my sister was sitting there, and my mother had made a peach cobbler. Boy, woohoo! And some beef, potatoes, and beef and potatoes, and some cabbage. And I got me 2 big plates to go, sit down and chat with them for a little while. My baby brother came in. He sat down for a little while, chatted with him for a little while, and then I came home, made a plate of food for Val, stuck it in the microwave, gave the Val, chatted her for a few minutes, jumped on the Gold Rocks call. So if you call, that's working. Okay, hey, Mr. Brian Battle, how you doing? Marie Stafford, how you doing? Marie Stafford, all you folks, Daniel Higgins, thank you guys for joining the call. I mean, if you want to call, that work. And then I said, let me go on to goldrocks.info and talk about what Dwayne just talked about, rooting yourself. So you want to root yourself. You want to lock in. People like Daniel Higgins are straight up locked in 24/7, all the time, on everything he can be on. He's at every meeting, every event in Atlanta, Georgia. He's there. You know a locked in person, you don't have to call them in the morning and say, you on a power call, or you listen to the power call, or you're going to be on the freedom call, or better yet, here's a locked in person. Have they got their tickets for Let's Go Weekend? See, coming to Let's Go Weekend, lock them in for about a year or two. Because they see something and experience something from an emotional level that just can't easily be taken away. It locks you in. And it's not just lock you into to carrot bars or into wealth builders worldwide. It locks you into your dream. You start realizing that you have some value more than just going to work every day. You start absolutely believing because you start, when you walk into that building and you say, whoa, there's Tanisha Glassby. And she ain't had a job in years. Whoa, there's Roger Williams, a free man in America. There's that guy, Ty Best, talking about he been free for 25 years. There's his wife, Valerie Best. Whoa, my God. She ain't been had a job since 1987. Oh, there's Alex Best. He's 35 years old. He's never even applied for a job. Oh, there's the Delcos. Oh, my God, the whole family free. They're their sons. They're their daughters. When you start seeing all these people, you get locked in. And nobody can tell you nothing. Okay? Because you haven't seen anybody that walked across stage that seemed like there's some kind of Mensa genius or something. You look and say, wait a minute, that's something I can do. So I can sit here and tell you, I could never be Michael Jordan no matter how much. I could play basketball 12 hours. I would have never been Michael Jordan. I would have never been Kobe Bryant. I might have got better and better. And I was fairly good to get a basketball scholarship to college and play for 4 years in college, but I still wasn't on their level. But see, what we're doing here, what Roger Williams has done, what Roger Williams is doing, what Tanisha Glass is doing, what all these other people here coming up on the screen are doing, you can do. It's an attitude. But you can't do it going about it with the same mind you came into the business with. So our biggest challenge is working on your thinking. So anyway, we get you reading books. We talk about listening to audio tapes. I mean, if you're still hopping your car every morning going to work and listening to radio all the work, you ain't plugged in. You don't get it yet. If you haven't turned your car into your university on wheels, even if you're not listening to a CD, you should have your Bluetooth tuned into something on wealthbuildersworldwide.net/training and listen to some download from one of the freedom calls, the power calls, something. You need to put something in your mind every single day that will lead you towards your dream. Not my dream, not Dr. Harold Seitz's dream, but your dream for you and your family. And that's the truth. You need to be reading a book, not some Harlequin romance novel, not some book for entertainment. I mean, you want to read one of those every now and then, just sort of free your mind and give yourself a mental vacation. That's great. But you need to reading something that develops your skill set and how you relate to people every single day. Okay? Something that makes you a better listener, a better communicator. Okay, now when I say a better communicator, I'm not talking the way you enunciate words and how big the words you use, how educated you sound. Man, look, people don't need that. When I talk about people making a live stream, I can't believe how many people have been in this business for years would not make a live stream because they're worried about their diction. They're worried about how they look. No one cares. When you get on YouTube, when you get on Facebook, you touch that live button, what people want to hear is you. They want to hear your sincerity. I said the other night, one of the greatest things about the Tuesday night presentation by Albert Murray and the Thursday night presentation by Mr. Greg McKay is that you get their sincerity. When they talk about their story and where they were and what they've been through. And when Greg McKay breaks it down how he went through the real estate thing and built a $4 million+ empire and see it all crumble after 2008. And the sheriff came to his door with a sign on his door. You feel that pain. I don't care what his diction's like. I'm not listening to his diction. I'm not listening to his words. I don't care about his elocution. I care about, I feel that thing. When Bishop Sutton and Valeria Sutton talk, I don't know look, it doesn't really matter what they say. You feel that conviction that comes out of the experience and being a Let's Go Week in that belief. That's what enrolls people. You've heard me say 1,000 times, sales is a transference of belief. It's not about your knowledge of the X's and O's and the compensation plan. Can you transfer the belief you have to another individual? And you can't transfer that if you don't truly believe. So I 100% believe in Carabas. I believe Carabas is the greatest thing I've ever been involved in 37 years. That's been my experience. I don't want anybody to say to me. That's been my experience. And I know that network marketing provides the average person the greatest chance of ever achieving freedom. Why? Because that's been my experience. And I know very few people outside of this industry who have achieved any degree of freedom. I know a lot of folks who made money. I know I got some health professionals. I got some people I went to college with. They made some money. They've done okay. They've been comfortable. Some of them made 100 grand a year, 150 grand a year in their job. They've done well. But right now, today, they're thinking about retiring, and I've been retired for 25 years. That's a big world of difference. I've been free for 25 years. They're talking about maybe being free now. Why? Because at 20 years old, I got an audio tape by Zig Ziglar called What? The Leadership Attitudes. I got another audio tape by a guy named Dexter called Attitude Makes the Difference. Then I was handed a copy of a book called The Magic of Thinking Big. Then I was told to read Think and Grow Rich. Then I was told to read How to Influence People. And we read those books. I mean, I shut the television. I read that stuff. I became engaged. I rooted myself into this business. I stopped listening to the radio. I mean, my car became that universal. I couldn't wait to get in my car